What are the pros about doing business in Amarillo?
Oh man, there's a bunch. I love how insulated we are from a lot of the other wackiness that goes on across the country.
So what are some of the challenges that you've faced doing business?
We, like everybody, are having supply chain stuff. For the most part, we can get our material. Really the bigger thing for us is freight. Freight has gone, kind of out the roof, and there's shortages of truck drivers, and so.
Why Amarillo? Why do you live in Amarillo? What do you love about living in Amarillo?
I think for me, it's the people. I love the people. I love working with people. I love the amount. I love the heart, I guess, of our city, and just the amount of people that give.
Amarillo's such a good spot. Everyone's such a good city. People, I remember when I moved here, why'd you move here for? I'm like, man, you guys got, and now you got a baseball team, and you've got, a good football team from a D2 school right down the road. Mm-hmm. You've got colleges here. You've got everything. Everything's here. You got great bands coming in for entertainment. I just never had a problem with Amarillo. I always loved Amarillo.
Are there cons to doing business in Amarillo, you think?
I would say since COVID, people have gotten a little bit lazy about going out, and I don't think the promoters have geared their business to the people. They just want people to gear themselves towards the promotion.
What are the good things about doing business in Amarillo right now?
I think one of the key things that I would say about us as a business is we're doing really well, and Amarillo is part of the reason we're doing really well. We have confidence in our business, and you look around, we spent almost $1 million upgrading this place, and we're going to be here for a while, and we feel good about it.
We talked about workforce as being a challenge. What else? What are the other challenges in Amarillo?
I think exactly what you just said is the lack of resources, especially for kids. And there's just a lot of opportunities that they're missing here that they could get in Denver or Dallas or somewhere else. And so you're right, I think building those resources and bringing in additional companies and businesses that can offer more resources like that would be good.
What's going well about doing business in Amarillo?
One of the things, if you're a milk plant, of course, being close to the milk supply is wonderful. It doesn't really affect our price so much, but it certainly affects our quality.
Community itself, we rely on a lot of contractors that are local, that are very loyal to us, and they can help us when we're in trouble.
Where milk's on a national decline in Amarillo, it's actually stayed steady or actually moved up over the last 10 years.
I mean, what challenges are you facing?
Labor has been tight, but one of the good things is there's a lot of food industry here, right?
Why you choose to live in Amarillo? Why you do business in Amarillo?
I'll tell you, Ginger, the people here are super friendly. And I always tell people that Amarillo still has that cowboy ethic in the background,
The deal is no matter where I go, if I go anywhere to eat, I'm going to know 5 people. If I'm going to go to church, I'm going to know people there. If I go, and I love that feeling of Amarillo is growing. You can see it, it's busting at the seams on all sides, and it's great. But the small time feel of it is still here.
What are some of the pros about doing business in Amarillo?
Well, one of the things, our business has been doing very well. Of course, COVID set us back a little bit, but when we came out of that, our business exploded. And, the economy here in Amarillo has been fantastic for us. We've continued to grow since we've opened up. And so it's been a great time for us. And this part of town has been a great place for us to be located too. You know, I would say there's not really any cons. I mean, I think we would probably be getting a premium for our membership in a bigger metropolitan area like Dallas, which we want to go to. I think the same things that we're probably facing, you're facing really everywhere. So, you know, the labor market is tough. We're all scrambling to find good employees, good people, paying a little bit more probably now than we were about a year ago. There have been some supply chain issues, but I think a lot of that's just an excuse for some of the manufacturers.
What are the pros?
Yeah, so owning a business here I think is so unique, especially, you know, we bought the business during the height of the pandemic.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
yes, I wouldn't recommend that. It's definitely an adventure, but, you know, we have such a huge, small community, is what I like to call it. And so it's just a different type of atmosphere. It's not a competitive atmosphere. It's a very homegrown feeling. Mm-hmm. I couldn't say there's a lot of cons other than, you know, our location is you know, we're not a metropolis. We don't have access to, you know, we have patients that come in that need some major, you know, surgical procedures. Mm-hmm. They're not going to get that here in most cases. So we're referring patients out to Wichita Falls. People say, oh, you saw my grandma, or you treat my kid, or I brought my kid there 15 years ago. That's, you know, it's a legacy. We can have one family where we see 4 generations of people, and that's just because people that are here stay here and they grow their families here.